everyone, it's Dora from Exploring with Dora. As you all know, I started blogging probably some years ago, but I'm just now getting back into it. Super excited to share with you all my newest journey. Exploring with Dora really goes into probably 3 parts. Hope is that this blog will inspire you to be who you truly are called to be. Because I always say, you better love you some you, because I love me some me. So let's just jump right into it. This particular video is going to be all around mommy and daddy issues. So I'm going to actually read off a paper because I like to be able to provide some definitions to really help people understand what are the, definitions that are given in the book around mommy and daddy issues. I have to be honest. I used to say, oh, I had daddy issues. And I'll explain to you more why I thought I had daddy issues. And hopefully you all can relate a little bit. So, the definition of daddy issues. An informal phrase for psychological challenges resulting from an absent or abnormal relationship with one's father. This can lead to distrust of men and also attracting men similar to dad. There's also, for mommy's issues, specifically for daughters, it's an emotional scar that is left on a person for a prolonged period of time due to poor or absent relationships with mothers. So I just want to talk a little bit around, first, why did I think I had daddy issues? So, in the past year, I've been in 2 different relationships. Both ended up not going forward. We're no longer in a relationship. So I started to question, okay, why do I keep attracting these type of people, right? Now here's the thing. A lot of them were very similar to my dad. And my dad is absolutely phenomenal. He's loving, he's caring, he is very, very protective, and he always looks out for me. He's one of my biggest supporters. So for me, those are the good attributes that I saw in my dad. But there also was some, what I would call some traits that were not traits that I wanted in my future husband that kind of stood out as well. And when I really just think about the entire concept of daddy issues, I had to start diving deeper, because one of the things that as I went through this journey, and I'm going to be honest, as I went through struggling with alcohol usage and, going through my episodes with my depression, my mom would always call and she would say, Dora, I'm sorry about this, I'm sorry about that, I'm sorry for how I might have impacted you. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me look at mommy issues too. Well, for me, my mom is like the #1 supporter of me. Like, her and my daddy, they go hard for their baby, period. My mom is an amazing mother. She has went above and beyond in way more ways than I could probably tell you in this video. Since day one, my mom has been going hard for me. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. So when I hear my mom and even my dad think that they're the reason for some of the internal conflicts that I had to take a step back and start to do a deeper analysis of who I am and why am I here. So that being said, what I've come to realize is I don't have daddy issues or mama issues. I don't. I got Ladora issues. Ain't that deep? Yes. So here's the truth. Here's the thing, and I wrote it down because I really want to share this with y'all. I grew up, seeing how my dad handled my mom. I've seen the love. I've seen the, I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. But here's the thing, we are all humans. We all make mistakes. We all do things that might not be considered to be acceptable to the other person. So it's up to us to decide what we will and will not accept. So that being said, what I had to realize was that my mama and my daddy, they're human. They are human beings. And they did a hell of a job raising me. And I can tell you that because I have went through ups and downs, and guess what? They stayed consistent, they stayed supportive, and they've been my backbone. So for me, when I think about mommy and daddy issues, I realized that I couldn't keep blaming, what I saw in my past for what I was doing. No, really, it was a Ladora thing. It was a internal thing, and I want to share some things that. The biggest lesson that I probably learned through this process is that you have to love yourself. To your own self be true. I guess for me, I'm going through a journey where I'm truly finding myself. Finding myself again and really loving to love myself. You know, I love to say, I love me some you, me, so you better love you some you. I love saying that, but do I truly embody that by the people that I choose to connect with? Is that, you know, does it show when you look at me? To me, that's probably more important than just, you know, being able to say a quote. I really, truly, I'm learning on a day-to-day basis how to love myself with all my flaws and all. So, when you learn to really love yourself unconditionally, it just takes you to another level. You have peace in your heart, in your mind, and your body. So, I'm going through this journey of just holistic, you know, holistic healing for myself, because there's so many things that I've dealt with, both good and bad, that I need to go through and I need to heal through, because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my healing, and my healing process comes from within me. And I'm so grateful that through prayer to my Father, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. So no, seriously, prayer, meditation, being able to go work with my transformation coach, working with my therapist, I've been able to really deal with some of the internal issues that I've had that have, you know, could possibly hinder the future Ladora. So going into 2020, it's important that I stay focused and that I do what I need to do to be the best Ladora I can be, and also be the best mom that I can be to my son Elijah. Now, let's go back to mommy daddy issues. So there's a couple things that I took from my relationship, or the relationship my mom and my dad had. So my mom and my dad got divorced actually when I was out of college. So I was grown. And okay, back up. My dad and my mom got married when I was about 16 years old. So I was in high school. They got divorced when I was out of college. And I can't say that it was not tough, but I also kind of understood why as well, you know. So what I want to share is some lessons that I learned from those two, because they're both two powerful individuals who have shaped me to be the woman that I am today. One, keep your family out your business. So this is the biggest thing that I've learned about my relationships, as well as seeing other people who are around me. Keep your family out your business, because at the end of the day, if you want to mend and grow with that particular partner, it makes it really difficult when you've talked to your family about this person and you told them some of the heartaches and the pain that you've dealt with. When they hear that, they're protective. Like if I tell my daddy about some of the stuff my ex did, or my daddy is like Team Dora, period. Okay? Roro too. Roro does not play about Dora. But here's the thing, I've learned that you have to keep your family out of your romantic life, because it makes it really difficult for you when you're trying to mend that relationship with that person, but it also makes it extremely difficult for that person, because they'll start to see all of that outside influence in the space that you should really be working on with you and your significant other. So I would just encourage people to keep your family out of your business, because even though there's so many other people or resources to rely on. So a good example, I always say, I don't like to give advice that I don't give an action plan, a tactical action plan. Go talk to a therapist. Go talk to a coach. Go talk to your pastor, someone who can truly give you some godly counsel. I think that's extremely important to keep in mind, because family, they usually have your back. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. So when you allow, you know, their insights to come into your relationship, it can sometimes tarnish what you have and create a wedge between you and your partner. The second thing that I learned is that you have to be willing to grow with that person. Grow through the pain. Grow through all of that. Because each and every day we're growing. We are learning ourselves. We're learning each other. So you really have to be willing to grow through the process with that person. And if you're not willing to grow with somebody, then you might not be ready for a relationship. third but not least, what I would say is you have to, how can I put this? Don't go out and seek attention from other people. Go talk to your significant other. Communication is key in a relationship. I've seen time and time again where the person has said, or the partner has said, hey, look, I wasn't getting the attention that I needed from my significant other, so that's why I did X, Y, Z. Well, a part of being an adult is communicating your needs, whether it be sex, whether it be attention, whether it be time, whatever the case might be. Go and communicate that with your significant other, because that could save a lot of heartache and a lot of pain for the both of you all and really get you back on the right track. So, that being said, I wanted to share my opinion or my thoughts around mommy and daddy issues. As I go through my journey, all of us got our own issues that we got to deal with. But before I jump into relationships and talking about, different topics, I had to really go back to the relationships that I've known the longest, which is my mom and my dad. They're the core of who I am. They're my foundation. So I really had to do some self-evaluation of both of those relationships. And I can say that Rosetta and Timothy Lynn have did one hell of a job. And I am so, so grateful for each of them in their own way. I act just like my daddy, is what my mom would say. We are two peas in a pod. So that's another story for a different day. So me and my dad are hilarious. My mom is like my counselor slash mentor slash you name it. She is on every board of directors that I have personally, because she always has the best, interest for me, and I know that. So that being said, I just wanted to welcome you all back to my blog. I'm back. I hope to keep bringing you all some great content, hopefully that you can relate to. Side note, my son recently started his first business. He's 5 years old. It's called The Soap Master. I'm going to actually post a video on my personal blog page as well. So this is my son's strategy. My baby decided that he wanted to make some soap. I was like, soap? Okay. He makes the soap, but he was like, Mom, I want to give it away for free. So literally, you get the soap for free. Free 99. All you pay is shipping. So we're working on the shipping prices right now as we speak. So it could be, right now I haven't set it 8, but it could be less expensive. But he said that, he wanted to do this. So I wanted to support my baby on his dreams and his aspirations, because I know it starts when they're young. And I'm on the road to create generational wealth, not just for me, but for generations to come. And I hope that you go on this journey with me and just know I love you. And hey, look, you better love you some you, because I love me some me. Deuces.